Hi everyone, it's Tremia, and I know in October I was kind of sparse. I wasn't there very much, but it was a really hard month. It just seemed like anything that could go wrong in October went wrong, but everything worked out okay. A lot of it's actually pretty funny too, but I'll tell all that in later videos. I was just wanting to catch up. Why I haven't been on making vlogs is because I've been so extremely tired, and it's been because of my pulmonary rehab. Just that extra activity, doing all that exercise, and just not being used to it. I'm doing it 3 days a week, and by the time I go do that for a couple of hours and make it back home, the driving and everything, rest and sleep was all that I could get done. I was doing it 3 times a week, and it started taking away so much of my energy that, like, what I was starting to do at home, like doing some laundry here or helping Dwayne cook some dinner there, and doing the little things, making it to Walgreens like once a week just as an outing by myself, those things I wasn't able to do anymore because I was so tired. So just this last week, and plus my YouTube videos, I just didn't have the energy to do it. And doing the YouTube videos is see my eyes watering, is very important to me, because being an advocate for lupus and the commitment that I've made to do this, and then not being able to do it, it was upsetting me, but I didn't even have the energy to talk. And so, and to me, and it's an accomplishment for me, and it makes me feel good to be able to do it. And so I changed my pulmonary rehab to where I'm going to be doing it twice a week instead of 3 times a week, and hopefully that'll balance out my life better and balance out my energy better, and to where the fatigue and all of that isn't so pronounced, and that, like, I'll be able just to take a nice rest and hi buddy take a nice rest, and then have the energy to do the things that I want to do and the things that I love to do. But the one good thing is, the pulmonary rehab, it is helping, and they said going down to 2 times a week, that'll be fine. Because if it's taken away from my regular daily living, it's too much for me, and so it needs to be knocked down anyway, whether I wanted to do it or not. I still have the lupus intestinal vasculitis going on, and I did my 3 rounds of Cytoxin, and after this last round, it was just like I hadn't even done anything. I'm back to the point of not being able to eat. I'm able to drink water and keep my medicines down, so that's good. On the 14th, I'll go in and we're going to do Rituxan, and I'll do it on the 14th. She's waiting. My rheumatologist is putting it enough time between my Cytoxin and Rituxan so I won't go neutropenic. And so that's a week from today. I'll do the Rituxan, and hopefully it's just another week of not eating. Oh gosh, but I'll do that, and then 2 weeks later I'll do my 2nd dose of Rituxan, as long as my lab work still comes out okay. And then after that, I'm going to start Benlysta, and which Benlysta is just not as strong form of Rituxan. And then I'll do maintenance and maintain on Benlysta, and we'll see how that helps and if it'll do anything with the intestinal vasculitis. And one thing that I did find out, and this was through my endocrinologist, because I had to go in and follow up with, the diabetes and all my panhypopituitarism last week, and I told her, I said, man, it's just like, my stomach's always hurting, but like at certain points, my stomach will spasm. I call it a spasm, but it's just, it'll have me in the floor in a fetal position, and it usually happens after I eat or after a lot of activity, especially like at bedtime when I'm taking my shower and getting ready for bed, a lot of extra moving around and everything. And she said it's basically, I said, my theory is, vasculitis is itis, meaning inflammation of your vascular system. And so that means like my blood's being cut off, and that all this extra activity, I'm sorry, I'm tired, and I can't think straight. And when I'm doing the extra activity or something, it's like it inflames even more. And she said it's exactly what's happening, and it's basically like my stomach or my intestines. I just say my stomach, but I'm meaning my GI tract or whatever. It's basically having a heart attack because the blood flow is cut off. And so when I'm having that severe pain, my blood flow is being cut off. And it's like, don't know if I needed to know that. But I had kind of already figured that out, but not in those words. And that just really makes it real, So that's, a really good reason to get vasculitis under control, because I don't want to lose any of my intestinal tract. I don't want it to totally, die off, because that can happen where parts of it does that. So I'm keep on trying to find out what it's going to be to help it. Today, as far as my eyes, my follow-up on my eyes, you can tell they're watering horribly. And I did those the gel and the nighttime gel like I was supposed to for, I guess, what's been 3 weeks or so, and they're just getting worse. And I called yesterday and they told me to come in today, and they were going to put the lacrimal plugs back in my tear ducts, in which I had those a couple of years ago, but it didn't help me any whatsoever. But I thought, well, at this point, because my face is just staying total wet, at this point I'll do anything. So I went up there today, and that's why I'm tired. And when I got there and he started looking, he said my eyes and my tear ducts are way too inflamed to put that. The tear ducts weren't, or the plugs weren't going to help any, and he gave me a prescription for some steroid eye drops. And that's what I wanted in the first place when I called yesterday. But so I had to go down there, drive all the way to get what I wanted. So we'll go get those filled tonight, and hopefully, he said I have to do 1 drop 4 times a day for 10 days, and I go back in 10 days and he'll check and see if the inflammation is down. So hopefully it will be, and hopefully this flood of tears, because it's not just like one tear here, one tear there, it's getting worse. So that's my eyes. We talked about my stomach, talked about my lungs, and so just that, and I'm happy to be making this video. I'm going to finish it up and I'm going to go in and sleep. And I'm glad that I can get to where doing it 2 times a week, and hopefully I'll get to do more things that I want to do, like my vlogs and everything, and get that done. And also next week our house, the whole interior, we're getting painted, which I've been wanting it done for a couple of years, but you know how my life has gone the past couple of years. And then so we're just breaking down, and we're having somebody come in and do it professionally, because we don't want it to look like we painted it, because right now that's what we've lived with. And we didn't do a good job. But so like we've got all the colors picked out and everything, and so that's going to be going on all next week. But so like I've been slowly packing up stuff that are on shelves and stuff. They'll move all the furniture and all that, but any knickknacks and pictures and stuff we have to take care of. But I'm going to be making a vlog, and I'll show you guys all of it, like from now, because I got like color swatches on the wall, and show you what it looks like afterwards. And we got some new artwork and some new light fixtures, so it's going to be nice, because I've been looking at these same walls. When we bought this house, I wasn't sick, and then 6 months later I got sick, and I've been having to look at these same walls for all these like almost 10 years. And so it's going to be nice to have new fresh color on there, because the paint's held up really well, and wasn't any need to paint it, and we enjoyed the paint colors. But now I'm tired of it, and I'm ready to see something new. So it's going to be nice, and I look forward to it. And the guys that we got, they're going to paint it. They're going to do a really good job, and we really like them. So can't wait to be able to show you that and show you everything. Show you how everything turns out. But I'm going to go lay down and rest, and I will see you guys in the next video, which I promise will be much sooner.